What's up, guys? I'm Don Smith, and this is What's Cooking Neighbor. And today I have something very special for you: lemon pepper chicken pasta. Say that is a very, very big mouthful. But before we get started with that, as always, I'm about to take your taste buds on a culinary journey. So let's get started. And I have some spinach here, guys. I have some heavy whipping cream. I have some chicken broth. You can use cherry tomatoes. I have grape tomatoes right here. As usual, salt, pepper, lemon pepper, some lemons, onions, garlic. I have some shredded Parmesan cheese going in here. We have our chicken right here and some parsley. So let's get started. We'll put our spinach to the side right here, and we're gonna do a little chopping. And I have my water over here starting to boil, so it'll be waiting for us instead of us waiting for it. And let's chop up some parsley really quick right here, guys. And get that out of the way. Get rid of some of the stalks. And give that a quick chop. Now, some of this is going to go into the dish, and some of this is going to be after for a little garnish. Just give it a nice little chop. And we're just going to set that to a side. All right. Set that there. We're going to work with our cherry grape tomatoes now. In this dish, you can use any kind of cherry tomatoes or plum tomatoes. It just really doesn't matter. These are pretty good size, so we're just going to cut these in half, or you can cut them in quarters. Totally up to you. Get some of them bad boys out. The other day, I was at work, and I had to come up with something quick to cook, and this is the dish I went with, and the kids absolutely loved it. I had well over 370 servings. I had some kids come up to me, and one person said this is the best food they ever put in their mouth, and another one was an Italian guy, and he said, I grew up with pasta, and this has to be some of the best pasta I've ever tasted, which is a huge compliment coming from somebody from Italy who eats a lot of pasta. Now let's go. We're just going to set these guys over there, and we're going to quickly, our pasta is boiling, so let's get our pasta in there. Our pasta water is boiling, so let's get our pasta in there. I've already salted it. Then we're just going to let that go. This is totally optional again. I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. Just give it just a little bit of a nutty flavor. And stir this around so our pasta doesn't stick together. All right, now that's going. Lemon pepper chicken. So you got to have the lemon part to it. And I just now bought this, so that's why I'm opening everything. Put our lemon pepper seasoning on our chicken. A little bit of green peppercorn. And just a tad bit of salt. Now we want to get this out of the way so we don't contaminate our cutting board. Massage this into our chicken. And then we're just gonna set this, let that hang out. I'm gonna go give my hands a quick wash. Don't want the food police come out of nowhere telling me you're messing with chicken and you didn't wash your hands. All right, back over here now, some garlic. And this is some pretty big garlic, so we're just gonna use 2 cloves of that. And as usual, you know how to get it off. Just a quick smash, get the paper off. And we're just gonna give this a rough dice. Nothing fancy, nothing uniformed. Now just roughly chop this. If you love garlic, put a lot of garlic in it. As usual, if you don't, omit it. I'm a huge garlic fan, so every dish has to have garlic in it. That's just my take on it. All right, now let's set this. And of course, you can make this even more smaller with dice if you want, or you can go buy those already in the little containers, the minced up onion. We're just gonna use a half an onion on this. Get the papers off of this one. Our pasta's boiling away just nicely. And let's go. And as usual, you know how we do it. The best way to get nice diced onions. And just give that a rough dice to get all that somewhat together so it cooks normal or at the same time. And there you go. Nothing fancy, nothing. Now, we're going to come over here. We're going to cut our back pan on. Give this pasta another stir. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get our garlic, our onions in here. Then we're just going to keep rolling on. We'll be right back right here on What's Cooking Neighbor. We'll be right back.
A champion doesn't get days off. It takes determination and drive to realize goals. From long nights to early mornings. From the courts to the classrooms to online. At Campbellsville University, this is why we play. This is how we learn. This is where champions are made. Find your calling for a life change at campbellsville.edu.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to What's Cooking Neighbor, and today is lemon pepper chicken pasta. We already got our pasta going right there. We've already done chopped up our onions, our garlic, our grape tomatoes, our parsley. We got that just hanging out waiting for us. We got our pan right here warmed up, ready to go. So we're gonna add just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and we're gonna hit it with a little dollop of butter. Let that butter melt. Add a little bit of nuttiness with our olive oil. Then we're going to come over here with our chicken. And we're going to get a nice color on our chicken. Our chicken in there. Get rid of this. Check our pasta where our chicken is going. Remember, when you're cooking pasta, you want your pasta to be al dente. You do not want to cook your pasta all the way. It's going to cook a little bit more with the sauce, or when you put the sauce on, it's going to absorb some of the flavors of that. And that's going nicely. Once we brown our chicken, get a nice little color on it, we're going to start throwing in the veggies, the onions, the garlic, the grape tomatoes. Just flip these. Nice little sear on those. And we're gonna let that go a couple minutes, then we're gonna hit it with our onions and our garlic. Now we're gonna, a little salt. We want these translucent. We just want these to saute. We don't want them to brown up or anything. And that salt is gonna bring out the moisture in that so it doesn't brown up. Get rid of this guy. As you can see, our onions is already starting to turn translucent. That's exactly what we want. We don't want this to brown up. Now we're going to cut this down to about medium. Then we're going to go in with our garlic. Stir that in. And once you hit, you get the smell of the garlic, that means it's right where you want it. And now we're going to go in with our grape tomatoes or your cherry tomatoes or whatever tomatoes you have. And now we're starting to get the color. Let's get rid of this. Come back over here to our pasta. Let's check it. A couple more minutes, and this will be nice and al dente right where we want it. Turn our attention back over here to our chicken. Now the recipe calls for wine. I opted for chicken broth. Of course you can use both, but if you use wine, make sure you use the wine that you drink, not that store-bought wine that you get at the grocery stores. Never use that stuff. If you won't drink it, then don't use it in your food. And we're just gonna hit this with a little chicken broth. I'm gonna cut this back up a little bit, bring this back to a simmer. Add just a tad bit of sea salt. Hit it with some like green peppercorn. And now, let's get my cutting board back out here real quick. Lemons. To make sure you get the best juice, you can either put it in the microwave or you can roll it just like this, and you'll get all those juices out of that lemon. And we're gonna add make sure we don't get the seeds in there, or at least attempt to try not to get the seeds in there. Give my hands a quick wash real quick. All right, guys, everything is going great. We got our pasta, it's just about done. We got our chicken. We're gonna just add a couple more ingredients with that. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we get back, guys, it's almost time to eat. Right here on What's Cooking Neighbor. We'll see you right back in a second.
Busy days, busy night. When is your time? Campbellsville University has the online degree for you. Your time is now. DiscoverCUOnline.com.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to What's Cooking Neighbor. It's lemon pepper chicken pasta on the menu today. And now I'm about to take my pasta off and drain it. We got our pasta exactly where we want it. Nice and al dente. And we're just going to add just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil to this. And just for the kick of it, we're just going to add just a little bit of that lemon pepper seasoning. And give that a quick mix. All right, pasta done, waiting for us. Our chicken, we got our onions in here, we got garlic in here, we have those grape tomatoes and a little chicken broth. Of course, you can add white wine to that. And now we're gonna add some heavy cream to this. Before we do that, just add some of our parsley. This is a flat leaf parsley, also known as Italian parsley. I prefer that kind of parsley to the curly. The flat leaf just gives so much more flavor. Stir that in. And now, heavy cream. Stir that in, let that come back up to a simmer and let it reduce. And then we're going to add our spinach. And we're just gonna let that come back up to a simmer. Then we're gonna add our spinach to this. And guys, we're just minutes away of putting this dish together and taking a wonderful bite. It smells delicious. Those cherry grape tomatoes are blistering up a little bit, releasing all their juices to this dish. As you can see, it's starting to come back to a simmer. And now we're just gonna add our fresh spinach to this. Of course, if you can't find fresh spinach, you can always go and to your grocery store and buy the spinach in a bag or those little plastic cases that they have sometimes. Let's get that out of the way. And it looks like a lot, but trust me, once they start to cook, it cooks down. It's gonna be barely anything, but it's gonna add so much flavor to this dish. It's gonna add some color to this dish, some earthiness, and just incorporate our spinach. See if we need to adjust the seasoning into this. I'm gonna add just a little bit more salt to this. And just gonna let that reduce down. A little salt, a little pepper. Now this is just about done, guys. We're just gonna let that reduce down a little bit. We have some shredded Parmesan cheese to go over top of this along with our parsley. And as you can see, it's not opening. So what do? Where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm also going to hit it with a little bit more lemon juice. Start to then incorporate that. All right, guys, this is just about done. You get a plate. We can plate this up. See if I can find something a little more. Now we're just waiting for this to reduce just a tad bit more. And of course, you can do this in a one pot type of thing where you can put all this together and add just a little bit more chicken broth and a little bit more of heavy cream to put your spaghetti in there and let that all cook. And you just have a one pot dinner. Our spinach is cooked down nicely. All right, guys, let's see what this looks like. I'm just gonna cut it off. Some spinach, pasta right there in the middle of your plate. And now for our lemon pepper chicken to go over top of this. Let's get some juice, some of that sauce first. Now, some of that chicken. A little bit more of the sauce. And we're gonna hit that with some of that shredded Parmesan. And let it rain a little of that parsley. And there it is, guys. Lemon pepper chicken pasta. Now, it's only one thing to do, and you know what that is. Find a fork and go in for a taste test. Let's get a little bit of that chicken. Some of the pasta. That is on point. For me, the parsley brings it all out. Guys, that's all the time we have. Lemon pepper chicken pasta. Try this at home. It's unbelievable, unbelievably delicious. I can't even talk right now. We got to go, guys. What's Cooking Neighbor? I'm Don Smith. Come on back next time. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have another dish that will get me tongue-tied. We'll see you next time, guys.